If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes,
All
dear
right.
listener. Yes, dear listener. Go ahead.
All right, the next song on our stream, Erik Satie, Gymnopedie.
What?
I don't know. Babe, I feel like you should read these. 1, 2, 3. A selection from the romantic musical period. Erik Satie's Gymnopedie was far ahead of its time, breaking almost every rule and convention of the musical period. This
Lord.
minimalist composition eschews harmonic structure and musical storytelling to focus on mood and reflection. Here's one of the earliest explorers in ambient music, much like his friend and contemporary Claude Debussy of Clair de Lune fame.
What's the guy's name?
I said it wrong.
What's his name?
It was Claire Debussy. Bussy. The
what's the fella's name?
was, stop it, babe. The music was released alongside a poem translated here from its original French. Slanting and shadow, cutting a bursting stream, trickled in gusts of gold on the shiny flagstone, where the amber atoms in the fire gleaming mingled their saraband with the Gymnopedia. I'm sure I'm saying that word wrong. It sounds so weird.
All right. Well, now that we have that wonderful intro from my wonderful wife,
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it, dear listener. Let's hear it. Okay, here we go. Satie Gymnopedie. I know this song too. They got lyrics? I love this song. I can't believe okay.
I love this.
Oh, they didn't do the lyrics. Okay, so that read that last line that it was the music was released alongside a poem.
Right.
Okay, so this is what the poem says. Slanting and shadow cutting a bursting stream trickled in gusts of gold on the shiny flagstone, where the amber atoms in the fire gleaming mingled their saraband with the Gymnopedie. Okay, so Gymnopedie or Gymnopedie, whatever it is it was like this
The choreographed
dance, but they would do it naked. These young kids in Greece would do it naked, and then a saraband it's a classical dance that is more related to, what do you call it? Triplicate in meter, etc., etc. 17th century courtly dance music piece of music composed for or in the rhythm of this dance in slow triple time, often incorporated into the classical suite.
That's so bizarre.
So it's saying that, but what they're talking about here, I think lyrically, is sunlight, right? Slanting and shadow cutting a bursting stream trickled in gusts of gold on the shiny flagstone. So gusts of gold, I'm assuming, is sunlight. Where the amber atoms in the fire gleaming mingled their saraband with the Gymnopedie. So like,
okay.
You know, like the dust particles or whatever that kind of like dance around in the sunlight and they kind of like move around in a circuitous kind of. So it's a pretty cool way of talking about fire, sunlight, the particles in the sunlight that you can see that kind of move around and dance. This one was is kind of like, number one, the contrast with O Fortuna is pretty stark, right? Because O Fortuna was like rah 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 rah, and this grand like, yo, fate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this one is more like,
you got like so much energy after that. This one was so chill.
Huh?
I don't even understand your demeanor right now.
Wait, what happened?
I'm like confused by your entire demeanor right now because the song was so chill to me and it was so reflective.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, energy.
No, I'm just telling you what I'm just telling you what the first song was.
Yeah, I know.
This song was more like just chill.
Yeah,
and
were you not feeling
about...
the chill? Like, were you not able to sit in the chill?
No, I was. That's why I was all quiet and stuff. I was just recounting what was happening with the O Fortuna song. Holy shit.
Well, it's just weird because the way that the song affected me, like, I would just, like, quietly and calmly talk about it. But you're, like, maybe because you went to the gym, I don't know. I'm, like, trying to be like, wait.
Everybody always has to be like you. Everybody always has to be like you.
This is weird. Okay, go ahead, and then I'll give my breakdown.
Yeah, if it was me, if it was I said that to you, we would be hearing the clicking of the steeds of the White Knight coming to rescue.
Sounds like a stoner that can't handle it when an extrovert comes in the room. Yo, man, chill. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
O Fortuna is Adderall, and this song is Xanax. I tell you that time I had that giant meltdown in the thing and they put me in the quiet room and all that shit. My mom was scared to death. Then I had the giant meltdown in the car. Like it was like Homegirl did in that show last night. It was like that. Like,
oh my God.
And she said, shut up!
You probably, just like the mother in there, you probably scared her.
Oh, now I look back. She was terrified. She was terrified because I was 18 and I was bigger than her and I was stronger than her and I was like I lost my, and she said, shut up. And she's like, eat this. And it was a Xanax. And she basically, she cut it in half and gave it to me like immediate. I was like, I went from that. It's unbelievable.
So weird.
Unbelievable. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Mom Dukes. Shout out to Mom Dukes. Yeah, but this song, like, is, to me, is about reflecting.
Oh, for sure. 1,000%.
You know, it's like he said, this is a song I wish I could write. But every time I write a song that's like mega repetitive, even if I think it's beautiful, like the song that I'm working on right now with
I know which one
the most recent one, I'm like,
I have problems with it because I'm like, oh man, is that too repetitive? But then I'm like, it's 3 minutes, so it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand like.
That's the one where you go
that
high. You do some high picking.
It's the one that you and Sailor are on.
Oh,
that
okay.
one where I was gonna get Lindsay and whatever. That song, I'm like,
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like, is there enough
What do you
variation?
mean? You have so many layers to it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's
because you don't play guitar. I don't think it's a bad song. We'll release it, inshallah. But like, anytime I do something like that's repetitive, I'm like, But then it's like, but this song was so good.
Although I will say, I feel like that my singing is repetitive, which is why I feel like Orion said, "Stop." So yeah, I guess maybe because I do the singing, you do the guitar. Maybe you feel repetitive about the guitar, like I feel like with the singing.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, I do think that if we add drums and things of that nature, that
It would help.
It'll even it out and bring some variation, because really the rhythm section can really change the whole point of the song. But like, I love, like, even like the background music right now. I love music that allows you to chill.
Yeah. Okay.
And allows you to like absorb it before it goes to the next segment or things of that nature. And it really, this song like helps you think about life. And I love the lyrics to that poem, and I wish it was incorporated in the song. It's not, I understand that. But like, even to think about what an incredible gift sunlight is, and to think about sitting back and watching how sunlight and dust work together, and how fucking amazing and beautiful that is.
Just that, yeah.
But like, we're such ungrateful creatures. It's ridiculous. I don't care. You want to give, we know in God. We don't believe in God. We know in God.
Yeah.
And so like, but even like something as simple as eyesight. But then the next question is, and this is something we talk about a lot. It's this whole concept of qualia, which is our experience of the objective outside world from inside of ourselves. Qualia. So we don't know why sugar tastes like sugar. We don't know why we experience the taste of sugar the way that we do. People always come like, just Google qualia and hard problem of consciousness, and you'll see that what I'm talking about. These people have, you have taste buds here that pick up this receptor and that receptor. Yeah, but why? Why are we experiencing salt as salt, or strawberries as strawberries, or chocolate as chocolate? Why do we experience red as, we don't know. Like, and it's like the amazing gift that is, to be able to have a real experience with sunlight and dust and watch it spin around. Like, we've seen that a million times, but if you were blind, you would pay all the money in the world for 30 seconds of seeing that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I thought C.S. Lewis was really, really good at this. He would talk about how we have so many, we live in a wonderland. Like, snow falls to the ground.
Yeah.
Like, you can go to
not
bed.
Not just puffs of snow, but that each snowflake is individual.
It's insane.
It's really crazy. And then, like, if you've ever caught one on a black piece of paper, it's even crazier, because I remember thinking the first time that I ever did that, because we learned that they were all unique and they were all different. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, when I caught it on the piece of black paper and I looked at it, and I thought, nobody else is going to see this snowflake, literally just me and God.
Yeah.
And that was such a really cool, like, it felt like, okay, there's something super special about, obviously, God, but there's also something super special about me, that he would put that much care into one snowflake that he knew was going to land on my paper at 12 years old.
It's unbelievable. But, like, you can go to bed and wake up and your entire landscape will be covered with this stuff.
And we just stomp on it.
And you just stomp on it, squash it. and then there's all these fractals that are being discovered and Fibonacci sequences in the universe, where the universe seems to be fine-tuned to these mathematical equations that keep repeating over and over. Just unbelievable. There's a freaking human being formed right now as we're talking. Like another human being with favorite colors, favorite foods, music that he hates and loves.
Bad attitudes.
Bad, unbelievable. And you're just, and you see a pregnant woman, you're like, oh, okay, she's pregnant, she's gonna have a kid, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo! Like, you're in a complete, well, so you guys kind of got together a little bit and something came from you and went into her, and then all of a sudden now there's an entire person? What? That's insane. Snow is insane. Sunlight and dust merging and dancing together is insane. But because we've seen it over and over again, we do not care. Well, it's just so it's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, I think also like explaining the hell out of stuff takes away from it as well.
Oh, I know.
Like, you know, I remember being a kid and I remember laying on the couch and the sunlight would come into my parents' living room like crazy because they have those high windows. Yeah. And so it would just come through, and I remember watching like the dust and loving that entire scene. And I would take my hand and I would bang the couch. And every bang brought out more swirls. Yeah. Well, then I ended up finding out, somebody informed me what that was. That it's skin from people's bodies, dirt, all that stuff. And like, it was so difficult to see the wonder in all of it, because then I was like grossed out by it. And then ever since, like, anytime somebody would be banging stuff around something, I'm like, stop it right now. I don't want to breathe all that in.
I know.
But yeah, like, you know, when we explain everything away, you can end up losing the wonder of, and it's crazy too, because there's some stuff like that. Is it gravity that we can't like explain why, or what? There's like certain things that we can't explain why, but we get so used to it that we normalize it, or like a lot of us have no clue why when we flick the light switch on, the light comes on. Like, we don't know the process of how that happens. We know that it works, and we understand that somehow they get electricity and somehow it comes through some wires and it, you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
But there's so much stuff that we don't know, and then we lose appreciation for stuff. But
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, you run it, this is one of the things that like bugs me and simultaneously confuses me. It's like, God had nothing to do with snow. I mean, that's particles, and yeah, there's a nice little cool, amazing, intricate design, but it's just a combination of particles and water and blah, 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 blah. It's like, bruh.
Yeah.
It's like, you can go to a Picasso or a painting with Michelangelo and go, oh, there's nothing genius happening here.
It's just paint and strokes and canvas.
Yeah, it's paint, and paint is made up of this and this and this and this atomic structure and blah, 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 and that's what a painting is. Huh?
Yeah.
It's like the guy said on the show, on the Lex Friedman podcast. He said, look, you can build a castle out of Legos, but the castle is not a Lego. Like, when those singular blocks are brought together, it's a work of art. It is a castle. The building blocks are Legos, but it is a castle. But what we do, because we're so modern and educated, we'll go, oh, that's not an amazing castle built by an amazing artistic kid. No. That's just a block.
Yeah.
It's just a block.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. All you're telling me is what the kid used to build this masterpiece.
Right.
But we have scientificized ourselves out of all wonder, and I think songs like this can help you. Look, if you want to live in a boring gray world with no color, where you can just look at the building blocks of something instead of like standing back and going, holy shit, you're welcome to it, man. You're welcome to it, but
it's a cold world.
I don't want to live in that world. So songs like this, like, bring me there. Go ahead.
For me, this song, and possibly I've heard it before in, you know, movies when they're having reflective moments and stuff. Generally, sounds like this make me feel really sad, because
I can see that.
Always felt like it's impossible to live your life without regrets, and so there's always going to be something to regret. There's always going to be something that you wished you would have done differently, and I'm trying to come out of that way of thinking because it's a really guilt-based way of living. So you end up making decisions and, you know, you do things for people or treat people certain ways, not because you can't pull that out of how much love you have for them, because you're drawing it from how much guilt you don't want to feel. And so you lose, you know, and maybe I'm just talking past a lot of people. Maybe people are like, I'm not like that. But I've been like that for so much of my life that really being around you is what's made me like really want to get out of that mindset and really want to just experience, you know, just like loving people without having to use that as a way to escape some future guilt that I might have. And it was interesting because usually whenever I say goodbye to my family, like not like you guys and the kids necessarily, but like my parents and my sister and brother, I always have like this sort of like looming doom feeling that, okay, what if this is, because you know you'll see in movies where that was the last time that they saw that person.
Yeah.
And so I was always living in that, like, okay, if this is the last time, then I want to make sure that I do this, this, and this, and I say this, this, and this. And literally I've done that since I was a child. And so like we spent Easter with my sister and her family and my parents. And when I was saying goodbye I didn't even realize that I had made like this leap of growth. But when I was saying goodbye to everybody, I said goodbye to my sister, and I knew that the moment when I was saying goodbye, like I didn't necessarily feel really sad about it. Usually I feel kind of like that depression about something. I didn't really feel that. I just really enjoyed the time that we had together. And I said goodbye to her, and I just felt like this like overall like kind of happy feeling about it. And she messaged me and she said, the way that you kissed my cheek when you said goodbye, I didn't even realize I did that.
Yeah.
But it was cool to be able to just go from like what was in my heart. Like I didn't plan it. Usually I plan everything. Like everything is planned. And so it was cool to like have like a genuine moment without realizing I was having one. And it was like the moment was done and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's really cool. Like I don't remember kissing her cheek, but I do remember enjoying the moment when I was saying goodbye to her. And no, I don't remember all the details of the goodbye, but I remember that the goodbye was sweet. And so that was cool. Like, so a song like this just has like the, you know, in the past it would just have this overwhelming power to make me feel really like depressed and like think through basically just a line of regrets. But like I could tell like at the beginning of the song, I like didn't want to go there. Like I didn't want to feel like all sad and depressed about the song. And so like I just like held your hand, and like I just loved like the moment we're just holding each other's hand. And the song itself has like such like simplicity to it that it's I feel like anybody that can take the time to listen to it can find something of meaning that resonates with them.
Classic.
Because there is something simple in all of us. There's a lot that's complex in us, but there's also the simple moments that I think all of us can just appreciate for the simplicity of those things. So when the song was going, like, you know, just holding your hand, it was just like very like, you know, here we are, we're doing the channel. Now I could think about, okay, here we are, we're doing this channel together. We're probably not always going to do this channel. Like this season is going to end and a new season will begin, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. And I could start thinking about how sad that is and all the friends that we've met. You know what I mean? But I was like, no, I don't have to go like all those directions. Like I can just enjoy this moment. Like we're holding each other's hand. We're listening to this song and just like feeling the notes. And we've got a group of friends that's listening to it with us. And we're all just here, just experiencing this song. And, so just that, and it was just simple like summertime when you're a kid after it rains, like that sort of like feeling that you get like when it rains now. Like for me, when it rains, it's a hot day and it rains, the smell of the rain on the tar, like that just brings me back to being a kid and just like running around with my friends, stub toe, you know what I mean? Like, the simplicity. And so I really, really appreciated that. And it did have, a romantic sound to it, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, it did.
You know, you picture like two people maybe just laying back on the grass together, holding hands, just looking at the clouds, or maybe they're just laying in their bed holding hands and just looking up at the plain ceiling, but imagining, you know, traveling different places with each other, you know, to different whatever. So I just really, really liked I really liked the song, and I appreciated the fact that it wasn't complex. And it's interesting because, like you said, the last song was so complex, feeling like it was so dramatic, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
More than complex, it was just so dramatic. But this one had like this sort of peaceful drama to it as well. Mm-hmm. And then when you say, like, I mean, I think that the Greek youth dancing naked is a little bit weird, but that's my culture. Like, you know, I'm always like, well, what about the pedophiles? So that's like how it affects me.
Yeah.
Other people, you know, maybe that they're, you know, that's their culture. Like you said, in Jamaica, like the kids were always like, you know what I mean? So like, I guess if that's your culture and you've been raised that way, maybe you could just look at that and just be like, oh, this is so artistic, and just appreciate all of that. So I don't know. I can't like see it from that lens. I mean, we're in the pedophile capital of the world here. So for me, I'm like, oh my God, these poor kids.
What'd you give the song?
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, not as dramatic as the last one, of course, but still really, really powerful. I'm going to go with a 9.8.
I'm gonna have a hard time rating songs. I don't want to just give out. I feel like this is an 11 to me. It's an 11 to me. It's just so contemplative, and again,
really
just
is.
something I immediately hit. It's an 11 from me. Really, really good song. We got more songs coming your way. They've got a big group of shoes to fill. So hopefully, inshallah, I can get as good. There you are, dear listener. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.